articulation, that is diarthroses or joints. And on the skull, we can see temporomandibular joint. Temporomandibular joint, that is articulation between head of the mandible and fossa mandibularis in temporal bone. If joint makes with the help of two bones, we speak about simple joint. But if joint has more than two articular surfaces, for example, knee joint, which bones do you know in knee joint? Help me. Tibia, patella, and femur. How many bones? Three. It is compound joint because it forms with the help of three bones. Radiocarpal joint, it's between radius and three bones of carpus, or scaphoidum, lunatum, and triquetrum. Here it is four bones in radiocarpal joint. It is compound. But temporomandibular joint, it is simple because here it is only two bones. Well, then, temporomandibular joint is complex joint. Complex. Why it is complex? Because between articular surfaces, between head of the mandible and fossa mandibularis, between them we have cartilage. It is discus articularis. This discus articularis separates these two articular surfaces, and it separates cavities of this joint into two halves. That is why in this joint we have discus articularis. That is why this joint is complex joint. Next, this joint the same is combined joint. Why? We have right and left temporomandibular joints, but they work together. Impossible movement in one joint without movement in opposite joint. That is why both of these joints are combined. They work together. Combined joint, if we have two joints or more than two joints, maybe 3, 4 joints which work together, they are combined. Next, what is the shape of this joint? This is condyloid process. That is why head of the mandible, it has condyloid shape, sometimes speak about ellipsoid shape. That is why temporomandibular joint, it is condyloid, or sometimes speak about ellipsoid joint. That is the shape. And joints may be subdivided into uniaxial joint, biaxial, and multiaxial joints. Uniaxial if only one axis of movement is possible. For example, interphalangeal joint, only one axis, that is frontal axis, and we make here flexion and extension. Only one axis of movement in interphalangeal joints. But how many axes in temporomandibular joint? First, that is